My name is Nitsa and I would like to welcome you in my kitchen. Today we're going to make Greek Easter cookies, Σμυρναίικα κουλουράκια. These are very easy to make. They require very little ingredients, and also it's something that children enjoy making, and I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun making it with them. So let's go start making our cookies. Our ingredients are very few, as you can see, and I'm going to share the recipe written down with you. But we are going to need 10 to 11 cups of all-purpose flour, 5.5 cups of powdered sugar, 6 eggs. We're going to need 2 packets of butter. It's about 600 grams of butter. 1.25 cup of baking powder. We're going to need milk, about 200 grams, which is a little bit under a cup. Oranges. We're going to need both the orange juice and the zest. I really don't like my cookies to have an orange taste, so I omit the oranges and the orange zest. I substitute the orange juice with extra milk. So what I did was use about 1.5 cup of milk for my recipe instead of the both milk and the orange juice. And we're also going to need some vanilla. I'm going to start by putting my butter in my mixer bowl. The butter needs to be room temperature. Now I left it outside the refrigerator for a couple of hours. So I'm going to put all of it in my bowl. Okay. And I'm going to start adding my sugar. I'm gonna slowly start adding my sugar once I have added all of it. I have it in a very low speed, but once I add all of my sugar, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna let it beat for at least 15 minutes. Okay, all my sugar is in, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it beat. I'm gonna pick up the speed a little bit, and if I see butter sticking to the sides, I'm just gonna stop my mixer, and I'm just gonna take the butter off. And just let it beat for about 20 minutes just with the sugar, the butter and the sugar alone. So I have my butter and sugar working at full speed. I'm gonna turn it off so you see how fluffy it looks. I had it working for 10 minutes actually. Look at how fluffy it is. Very fluffy. So you need to let it work for about 10-15 minutes. The more you let it work, the more you let it beat, the better it's gonna be. So I'm gonna put it on for another couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna start adding the eggs. After my 2 minutes are over, I put it on only one speed, so I can start adding my eggs slowly. Maybe I'll put it at 2. Okay. I'm gonna add all the 6 eggs one by one. I'm just gonna put it on a higher speed. If I see it sticking, as I am right now, I can stop it and just kind of use my spatula to bring the sides down. And just let it beat a couple of, not even a couple of minutes, just a few seconds. And I will lower the speed because I'm going to put in the milk. Now as I see it going around, if I see any butter sticking to the sides, I'm just going to use my spatula to grab it so it can mix well, and then continue until all my milk is in there. You can't have it on high speed because all your milk is just going to splatter all over the place if you do. And I'm also going to add my vanilla sugar. If you like vanilla flavor, you can put 2 of them. I'm going to pick up the speed a little bit so everything can mix together. And let it beat for about 2-3 minutes. Everything is mixed in. I'm going to slowly start adding my flour. I need this to be at a very, very, very low speed. As I'm adding my flour, I'm going to add also the baking powder. I'm going to let this absorb the flour I put in, and then I'm going to keep adding. As the batter gets thicker, I'm going to remove it from the mixer, and I'm going to use my hands to mix it. My hands or my mixing spoon. You can see it's getting thicker. We need to make a batter that is thick, that we can touch with our hands and it's not going to stick on our hands, because we will need to make it into cookies. So we're going to keep adding the flour until this is all finished. What we can do occasionally is just stop our mixer from working and kind of push everything out so it can mix a little bit better. It tends to stick in the middle. So if we do that a couple of times, it's gonna help the flour be absorbed everywhere. Now we can see that it's getting too much for our mixer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, because this has become very, very thick. As you can see, it is still a little sticky, but I still have some flour left over. So I'm going to take it around, and I'm going to add the new flour. I measured 10 cups. I might need an 11th one. add whatever flour I have in here, and I'm gonna see, the way I try it out is I see if I can make one without sticking. I can still see that this is sticking a little, so I am going to need a little bit more flour. So I'm going to use that 11th cup. And as I mix it, I can feel that it's not as sticky anymore. It doesn't stick as much on my hands. So I put in that 11th cup. My hands are sticking out because I have them in here mixing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go wash my hands and then take a little bit of this and make it into a cookie just to see if it's ready. My hands are clean now. So I'm going to take a little bit of my batter. We don't need to make them that big. And if we need to put, right now my countertop is sticking, so what I can do, I can sprinkle a little flour. There we go. Okay, my batter is fine. Let's try another one. Just grab a little bit. Use the countertop. There we go. Perfect. And then we're gonna make them into circles, or we can braid them. I'll show you braid. Braid is very easy to do. We make a long line, we grab it from the middle, and we twist it around like this. And then we can make a braided circle. You're gonna see how it comes out when it's done. I'll make another one. Okay, so we're gonna continue making all of them. We're gonna put them in a pan, and then we're gonna bake them. I'm going to line pans with parchment paper, and I'm going to lay my cookies on top of this pan. If we want to be creative, I have some sugar here. We can dip, before we put them in the pan, we can dip them in sugar. So when we dip them in sugar, we don't put eggs on top of it. We're not gonna put any egg. We're just gonna leave it like that. So I'm going to make mine, this pan with sugar, and I'm gonna make one with egg, so you see how it is. And what's great about this is that you can color the sugar, and you can make it different colors so the kids could dip their cookies in the sugar. Okay, you can see the pan that I made with the sugar. I decided to do this design. I made them round, but I also did the twist that I showed you before. So we don't have them be too close together because they're going to rise and they're going to double in size. So we want to leave enough space between them in the pan. And we're going to put them in the oven. We're going to chuck them in about 15 minutes. And we're going to see if they need another 5. So they take normally about 20 minutes, but let's see. We're going to chuck them in 15. And the oven needs to be warmed up at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Now some of our cookies I dipped in sugar, and some of them we're just gonna put some egg on top. Both the whole egg. We're gonna do both egg white and the yolk, and we're just gonna brush them. So these are our cookies in the oven. I have them in for about 25 minutes. They are going to need about 30, depends on your oven. Again, I'm baking them at 375, about 30 minutes, and I switch the pans up and down so they don't burn at the bottom. So 30 minutes later, we have taken out of the oven, and you can see the finished product. know how they turned out, or you can ask me any questions that you want, and good luck.